Hey, True Believers England team here. I'm kind of excited about this. Now, I know Christmas videos don't normally do well, but I'm going to talk about some stories in a book that, nope, there it is, that I actually have found to be quite exciting. Although I don't remember the last time I've read it or read through it. These are stories, some of them have been printed other places. I know I've read Wanted Batman Dead or Alive, not Batman, but Santa Claus before, but there's other stories there, and I'm very interested in getting into them. We're going to start tonight. Of course, you saw the thumbnail with the Jonah Hex story. So kick back, relax. Let's get this party started. I got to admit to always enjoying this cover. It just kind of intrigued me. You've got a witch in the corner right here by Jonah Hex. I mean, okay, you got Cain and Abel on a camel, Legion of Superheroes. Just the addition of those three characters, Sergeant Rock included, with Jonah Hex and some Western and such. This is obviously going to be an eclectic collection of stories and such. I'm looking forward to this. Let's bring this on here. And the first one out, as I said, Jonah Hex. The book, however, begins, of course, with a wraparound. The midnight sky is an infinite tapestry, woven with pinpoint patterns of stars that shine in eternal profusion. But there is one star that shines more brightly than the rest. On a wintry night, almost 2,000 years ago, three wise and weary kings of ancient lands followed that brightly shining star to a sheltered stable in the village of Bethlehem. And the world would never be the same again. On that self-same night and centuries since, the stars shone again over war-torn Italy, over the snow-swept Colorados, over the bustling Gotham City, over a ramshackle Kentucky mansion, and over a world that is yet to be. The star has made its presence felt. So come along now with the world's greatest heroes to follow that star, and your world too may never be the same again. So we open up and we see Jonah Hex on his horse in a wintry forest. The narration reads, "He was a hero to some, a villain to others, and wherever he rode, people spoke his name in whispers. He had no friends, this Jonah Hex, but he did have two companions. One was death itself. The other, the acrid smell of gun smoke." Jonah Hex thinks to himself, "Here it is, day before Christmas, not yet quite dusk, and already a whole flock of stars is out, especially that great big one off to the south, sparkling like a diamond, big as all Tennessee. Well, that's just fine by me. Let her just sit there and sparkle. Who knows, maybe she'll even give me a few extra hours of light for tracking the Toll brothers." And we see the title is The Fawn and the Star, written by Michael Fleischer, artists are Dick Ayers and Romeo Tungal, lettered by Shelley Lefferman, colored by Gene D'Angelo, and the editor is Lynn Wine. And we see him thinking, "'Cause there ain't no way below Barlow Tull could gotten too far with that 30-06 shell I lodged in his neck before last." I am going to have a hard time reading his accent, I think. All right, so we continue through, and we see him walk by a family. It looks like a little boy's trying to stop his dad from shooting the deer. See the pa say, "Stand aside." Oh, it's a little girl. "Stand aside, girl, and let me finish off that wounded deer. You expect to eat a nice Christmas dinner tomorrow like other folks. You're going to have to let your pa put some meat on the table." The daughter's yelling, "No, I don't care about having Christmas dinner. He's just a baby." And Jonah Hex walks in, or trots in. Trots. "Howdy, folks. You people got..." And the man says, "Stay out of this, mister. This is just a family matter between..." "Please, mister, help me. Don't let him shoot it. 'Pears like your little deer has went and busted his leg, honey. Let me see if I can't..." And you see Jonah Hex looking at the deer. "Now look here, both of you. Am I crazy or what? This is winter. Game is scarce. Besides, Holly, I got a wife and two other little mouths to feed. And blast it, tomorrow's Christmas. I ain't never counted myself a hard man, but..." And we see that Jonah Hex is fixed up the deer. "Hand me them strips of cloth out of my saddlebag, will you, honey?" And the young girl says, "Yep." And we see him tying the deer's, I guess it's a splint. And the man's like, "What are you doing? That little fawn's..." "What do you think I was up to down here? Panning the snow for gold?" And the guy complains, "Now, wait a minute there, mister. What about 'Don't worry, Simon Legree, I ain't forgot about you'?" You're still worried about missing out on your Christmas dinner, is that right? He says, yes, blasted, that is right. And so he says, and if, well, all right now, you can stop your worrying and give your loudmouth a long rest, because seeing as how I stole your Christmas dinner from you, I'm going to go out and find you a substitute dinner. Is that fair enough? And the guy says, fair enough. And Jonah Hex rides off. Never mind, I know why I did what I did it on account of that raccoon I fished out of that bear trap when I was a 10-year-old boy. And we see him as a 10-year-old, and he's letting the raccoon out of the trap, carrying it over to his horse. And apparently he named it Roy. That's it, Roy. You just keep that bandage on your paw for a while, and you'll be fit for travel in no time. And out here in the woodshed, you'll be nice and toasty through the winter. And then the father walks in. What y'all been doing inside this woodshed, boy? He says drunkenly. I found a raccoon in the woods, Pa. I'm keeping him inside the woodshed. That's okay for me to do, ain't it, Pa? And the drunk father says, sure, boy. But now you better go see to your chores. I want that back fence mended and a cord of firewood chopped before you come in for supper. And the boy runs off excitedly to do his chores. But later, we see the mom saying, Jonah, sweetheart, do you really have to gulp down your supper as if the house is on fire? And he's saying, oh, I'm in a real big hurry, Ma. I want to get outside fast as I can to see if I can't scrounge up some food for Roy. Roy, who's Roy? Oh, Roy's a little raccoon what Jonah brought home from the forest this morning. Dear Lord, you mean the one where... That's right, Jenny. That one. You mean, now look here, Jonah, it was an accident. And we find out that they're actually eating the raccoon. So Jonah gets mad. You killed Roy. You killed my raccoon. That little furry thing in the woodshed it was. And he yells, I hate you. I wish you were dead. I wish. And his father slaps the crap out of him, saying, till you're big enough, boy, you don't never dare talk back to your pa, because next time you do, I'll skin your hide for sure. Now get along to bed and don't let me catch sight of you outside your room till morning. You hear me, boy? Quickly as they spring to consciousness, the painful memories of a long ago fade. And then, says or thinks Jonah Hex. Don't you miss thought bubbles? I miss thought bubbles. I do. Let's get the inner thoughts going. Here it is, nightfall, and still no sign of game. And even if there was game, I'd practically have to be a hoot owl to see it. Because for some reason, only the Lord knows, there ain't even a moon tonight. Only light there seems to be coming from that same bright star off to the south. So guess I might as well follow it, seeing if maybe it could bring me some little luck this Christmas. But wearying hours later, nothing, not a single animal sign, not even so much as a rustle in the underbrush. Looks to me like my lucky star has went and, wait a minute, that cave. What the heck, what have I got to lose? Maybe I can manage to get lucky all of a sudden and flush me out a hibernating bear. Jonah walks towards the cave, but inside, good Lord, Barlow, it's him. It's Jonah Hex, and he's headed this way. Huh? And we remember that Barlow was the name of the bounty Jonah Hex mentioned. What? Is that man anyway? Psychic? The way he backtrailed and covered our tracks, the way we... He's here, Barlow. That's what counts. But don't you worry, our mule-faced bounty hunter friend ain't about to stay with us no much longer. And he fires a gunshot, hitting Jonah what looks like in the ribs or stomach on the right side. He says, what? At the mouth of the cave, a muzzle. And the boys are laughing at Jonah. Ha, nailed him, Barlow, nailed him both times. You sure them two shots really hit him, Homer? Because that Hex can be mighty crafty. And we see Jonah Hex firing back at him. Here, a little something for your Christmas stocking, you skunk. All right, Barlow, I'm in no mood to palaver. Come on out with your hands up high. You can just shove that, bounty hunter. You want me that bad, Hex? You're going to have to come in here and get him. And Jonah Hex, no, I don't really have to do that. And he throws a big old thing of dynamite at him. It blows up inside the cave. And when the smoke clears, we see Jonah Hex crawling inside the cave. We see bodies strewn. Well, I guess it's turning out to be a profitable Christmas for me, but that ain't going to be much consolation to little Holly and her... Wait a minute, Jonah boy. It just could be that Holly's little fawn is going to make it through the holiday season after all, Joni says. Johnny said... That I said Joni. Okay, how about... All right, how about Jonah? And so as dawn breaks, we see Jonah Hex at the farm. He's back. Look, Daddy, he's back, the little girl says. But who's are the others? Never mind them, honey. Them's just a couple of retired bushwhackers. Here you go, friend. I promised you a Christmas dinner. That's what I brung you. What? But there's nothing in here but trail provisions, hardtack, and beef jerky. I never promised you no oriental delicacies, mister. I promised I'd feed your family for Christmas, and I promised it, and now I've done it. The fawn is yours now, honey. The plain truth is, when it got right down to it, there was no way I could shoot that little deer anyway, the father says. Life is hard on the frontier, but the more I thought about it, the more I thought that, well, there ought to be something more to Christmas than just adding a few pounds more grease to your belly. The little girl hugs her daddy, and we see Jonah Hex going off. If I was a religious man, I'd be tempted to say it was that lucky star up there what led me to the Toll Brothers and that knapsack full of victuals. Since I ain't, I suppose I'll just keep my mouth shut and be grateful. The end, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. So there you go, guys. What did you think of the story? I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like Jonah Hex anyway, but put it in Christmas. Hey, make it better. Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to do all the clicking, liking, sharing. Get the word out about the channel. That'd be awesome. If you don't mind, go on over to Ko-Fi. Drop $1 in the tip jar. Maybe commission a video from you. Join the membership thing. That would be awesome. This is the way I'm trying to make a living. Never hid that at all, by the way. Thank everybody who's already done that. And to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night. And Merry Christmas.